Hello and welcome to another episode of Rennell Reed Adventures. Welcome to Cedar Point, which is a massive amusement park in Sandusky, Ohio. Me and my group of friends spent 2.5 days here at the park. To start off our adventures, the first thing we rode was Iron Dragon. This is an aerodynamics suspended family steel coaster. Next was Rougarou. Here's Maverick, which is an intimate thrill coaster. And here's one of my favorite roller coasters in the park, Steel Vengeance, which is the hybrid conversion of the former wooden roller coaster, Mean Streak, done by Rocky Mountain Construction, or RMC. It is actually a hybrid hypercoaster. And a hypercoaster is any coaster with a lift hill over the height of 200 feet. Steel Vengeance truly is one of the wildest roller coasters I've ever ridden. With its straight down vertical drop, twisting steel track, abundance of airtime hills, and whippy inversions, Steel Vengeance is truly a phenomenal roller coaster. The coaster truly lives up to its name. After riding that beast of a roller coaster, it was time to settle down a bit by taking a ride on the swings.
Oh, yeah. Pretty long train.
Here's Magnum XL 200. This is the original hypercoaster, built by Aerodynamics in the late 1980s. 1989, to be exact.
See it when it takes off.
This coaster has gotten rough over the years, but I still enjoyed it.
All clear.
We were actually hoping to get a ride on Top Thrill 2, but apparently that didn't happen. During our visit to the park, we pretty much rode everything, including Millenium Force, which is one of my all-time favorite coasters. Millenium is the original Giga coaster. A Giga roller coaster is any coaster with a lift hill over the height of 300 feet. Lastly, to wrap up day one at the park, we rode Blue Streak. This is a historic 1964 wooden roller coaster. I respect the history that is attached to this ride. The coaster was even deemed a historic landmark by the American coaster enthusiasts. However, it is one of the roughest roller coasters I ever rode, without a doubt. My head hurt after riding it. Okay, that does it for day one of our visit to Cedar Point. Now for the start of day two of our visit. This Himalaya looks pretty fast. Here's the beach. You actually have to exit the park in order to walk along the beach. Luckily, the package that we got included tickets with free re-entry. Windseeker is a swing ride that takes you over 300 feet in the air. Max Air is a swinging pendulum ride. This was actually pretty enjoyable for me. Now for our last day here at Cedar Point. We rode Maverick, Steel Vengeance, Magnum XL 200, Raptor, and a few other rides. Like I said before, we pretty much rode everything in the park. The only ride that we didn't go on is Gemini, which is an aerodynamics racing roller coaster. I said we were here at Cedar Point for 2.5 days. 2.5 days because on the third day, we left the park in the middle of the day at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Lastly, to wrap up our visit to Cedar Point, we rode Cedar Downs, which is a horse racing carousel. Of all the rides at Cedar Point, my top 3 would have to be Millenium Force, Magnum XL 200, and Steel Vengeance. Anyway, that will do it for this episode of Rennell Reed Adventures. Thanks for traveling with me, and I'll see you in the next one.